First question.
Yeah, I'll just roll with it. Just kind of wrapping this kind of spring period up. I know you got another week left, but just how do you feel the team is looking overall so far?
Good. They've done a good job playing hard. I think we stayed healthy for the most part. Good intensity, and we got 3 more practices, so we got to finish really strongly. But this was a good practice.
What caught your eye today?
We made some plays. Emmett Mosley continues to make plays. There's a number of things. I got to see the tape. I thought we protected pretty well with the first group.
Were there any things you wanted to see more from the quarterbacks?
No, I mean, I think, it's a body of work, making good decisions, managing everything, and then making plays, and then throwing the ball away sometimes. So when there was good coverage and they were able to get outside, we didn't force anything on the move on the outside. Sometimes the best play is just throwing it away, and they did a good job of that.
What did you see from the special teams today?
Yeah, Kenny kicked well. Yeah, he kicked the ball well. And we've had good drills on special teams all year. The guys are understanding it, and we got more depth. We're still going to be young, but we got more depth, so that'll help us a ton in special teams.
Notice that Trevor Mayberry switched to defensive line. Is that a permanent switch, or just kind of what went into that?
I think right now, just a little bit, trying to get a little bit more depth on the defensive line with a couple guys nicked up that we should get back, and then we'll have some reinforcements coming in the summer. But Trevor's a big guy that can play a little bit offense, and if we need him on defense, I think he's got the ability to do that.
What did you see from the cornerbacks
Good
today?
job catching that, by the way.
Yeah.
Paying attention.
Thank you.
What did you see from the cornerbacks today?
What's that?
What did you see from the cornerbacks today?
Corners?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you're out there on an island. We do that a lot with our guys, and I really like our corners. They're physical, and they have pretty good ball skills.
You mentioned Emmett today, but it seems pretty obvious he's having a big spring.
Yeah.
How would you describe what he's done so far?
He's been incredible. I mean, it's just the whole mid-year thing helps a lot. He'd still be in high school, He's made plays. He catches, it seems like 6 or 7 balls every day. He's very dependable, really smart, got a great feel for space. He's going to be a special one.
Cedric had a couple touchdowns. Can you kind of talk about what you look forward to using him?
Ced's done a lot better job in protection. You got to be able to protect to play in this offense, and he's improved in that area. He's more confident, and he's always been elusive and kind of a powerful guy, so we're excited about him.
Is there a general status of the quarterback competition from spring to day one to where you're at now?
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, it's just competition's open. I mean, in my mind, looking at certain things, I see it as a body of work, and then each day we kind of analyze it. We keep statistics. We do all those things, but it's a good competition. We got a guy that's had a lot of experience, that's had a good spring, and another guy that's played a lot, and then a couple of freshmen, and one in mid-year that's done a really good job. And Elijah Brown, that's well beyond his years in terms of composure and accuracy, and getting rid of the ball and all those things. So I feel really good. Miles has done a nice job too. So I feel good about where our quarterbacks are headed.
Just in general, how do you feel the offensive line unit? How do you feel that group has kind of come together after last year?
Yeah, it's come a long ways. Obviously, last year a lot of those guys had been on the scout team or not played at all. We've got a ton of reps under fire, and they have improved immensely. So I thought the first group protected pretty well today. We still got a ways to go, but they have definitely, they're light years of where they've been.
Can you talk about the coaching company? Obviously, last spring it was your whole group's first together. Can you kind of talk about how it's different for you guys?
Yeah, I think when you come in anytime and you're kind of on the run, right? You come in, you have a recruiting class that's already been recruited from the past staff, and then you jump into that. You're trying to get to know each other, how you practice against each other, all those things. You're kind of doing it on the move. You never feel like you can collect your breath. This year we have a great feel for each other. I think the expectations, the players know how we want them to practice, how we want to be physical, how we want to stay up and understand the system. So there's a lot less angst and more comfort, but also understanding that we want a tremendous amount of energy and passion put into the game. I think our guys have feeded off that.
For you, year 2 compared to year 1?
Yeah, a long ways of that. I mean, if you guys remember last year in spring, we had 1 point, we had 7 offensive linemen and 1 running back. So we're much deeper in that area at both of those positions. And so we will continue each year to be much deeper, much more talented, and I feel good about it. So a lot different from last spring. And then, if we go a year from now again, I'm hoping to have a lot more mid-year freshmen and continue to just bring in really talented competitive guys that love football, and so I feel great about the trajectory.
Seems like Ismail Sis is doing some nice
He
things
is.
up there. Just kind of what have you kind of seen from him this
Yeah,
spring?
he has. He's a playmaker. He's competitive. Still got to know the offense and where to line up. He had a couple of times where he was kind of on the wrong side, but as far as competitiveness and all those things, we're excited about him.
If you had to pick a winner or a loser, would it be the offense or the defense?
Oh, I mean, it's because we're thawed, so we're staying up. It's really, really hard to do it that way. And then we're in and out of situations. So, as a head coach, you're hoping the competition is good, which I thought it was today. I thought both sides made some plays. Defense had a turnover. 1 in 7 on 7, 1 in team. Offense made some big plays. I feel good about it, both sides.
Last time we talked to you, I don't believe the transfers are all the way in the team yet. Can you share how they've adjusted and how that might be viable moving forward? To go around?
Ja came in, and probably the last 3 days he's been getting some work, and he looks really good. He's got great football instinct. And then Jay Green he's done a great job. He's a big body that can run, really loves football. So I feel really good about those guys. Who am I missing? I think that's it, right? Come on, you guys.
So Galvin and Griffin?
Yeah. Oh, and Griff, yeah. Griff, thank you. Tight end has done a nice job, gave us some depth there, and he's going to be able to help us. So all three of those guys have been great.
Just curious your thoughts on Chico Holt. He was a late enrollee last year in the fall, coming in from Northwestern. Just what are you kind of seeing from him, and seems like he's more involved.
Yeah, more settled. He's gained 20 pounds of muscle. I mean, he's a much different looking person. He came in and, like you said, late and kind of a little frazzled, as you would be as a freshman entering a new program, and he's really got his feet underneath him. He's getting stronger, a better understanding of the offense, and a better route runner, and I think he's going to be a good player.
There was a couple sacks by the defensive line. Obviously, it's 2 in touch, but can you kind of talk about the pressure that they're generating and finishing?
They do. They bring a lot of different schemes and pressures and simulated pressures, and it's from the boundary, from the field, through the middle. There's a really good understanding of timing, and they present a lot of problems. So that's something we got to do a better job of putting pressure on the quarterback. I think we all know that. So that's been an emphasis.
I noticed maybe at the beginning of practice, the quarterbacks and the receivers were sort of working on the route tree all the time and just working on different routes there. Was that to just sort of get them into timing and rhythm?
Yeah, they work on that pretty much all year, but we do a little bit of it each day for sure, and then they will continue to throw on their own probably every day. So it's just if you're going to be a great at anything, you got to work it every day. So our guys are throwing and catching the ball. Should be probably 6 days a week.
Health-wise, how you feeling? I know Bachmeyer not out there, and Scotty
I think
Edwards
he's going to be
out there,
okay. Bachmeyer will be back and ready to roll, and Scotty, same thing. Scotty will be back. So it's knock on wood. It's been good so far. The things we've had, when you practice in pads that many times and you have that many team reps like we do, you're going to get some guys that are nicked up. But I don't know how to get good at football, but if you don't do football. So we learn to practice. We're learning to stay up. We're getting better at that. And so far, knock on wood, we haven't lost anybody. We've had some nicks, but they should be all ready to roll. We got 3 more practices though.
With Emmett and Ishmael, how do you anticipate working them in with Alec when he's healthy?
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are going to play and be a big part of it. And then we have another freshman coming in that will be very talented, another Farrell brother. And so we're excited just to continue to bring in playmakers that can help us be explosive. I think you saw with Emmett today. The guys we continue to bring in are going to make a big difference on our offense.
Has the offense line taken a big enough step for you to open up your playbook a little more?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think we've for sure improved. We're not where we want to be, but we're headed in that direction. So I feel good about it. Obviously, we got to continue to press forward and have a real attitude on the offensive line. If you think about the great teams here, just the attitude and physicality that they've had, we've got to grow to that. They've taken steps, but we got to continue to take bigger steps.
We got time for one more.
Could you talk about maybe just the quarterbacks throwing versus off versus press? I mean, maybe did you see a difference between the effectiveness there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it for Givers Press is going to be the receiver's ability to win, to be honest with you. That's why you got to recruit great wide receivers, because at some point they're going to try and lock you down on the outside. They're going to try and pack the box and make you throw the ball. And so you got to have guys on the outside that can do it. And that's why we will recruit so hard, and that's why we're bringing guys in that can do that. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.